The strange problem of couples who agree on everything. Hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller, and during a required pre-divorce session with a counselor, she said something she had never seen before. She looked at me and said,
"I've never seen a couple who agree on everything. Getting a divorce."
And my response was simple. You left out the part where my wife hates me. On paper, we looked like the perfect couple. We agreed about values. We agreed about parenting. We agreed about finances. We were completely aligned on almost everything, and yet the relationship had collapsed. Why? Because something far more important than agreement had disappeared. Attraction. There's a counterintuitive truth about long relationships that few people talk about. Attraction rarely disappears because two people disagree too much. It often disappears because they become too psychologically merged. Over time, couples can slowly become one identity instead of two individuals. They become co-managers of a household, co-parents, logistical partners, emotional mirrors. But attraction doesn't thrive between two identical mirrors. Attraction tends to exist between two distinct individuals. Many relationship experts describe this dynamic as polarity. Polarity is the tension between two different energies, personalities, or perspectives. It's the space between two people that creates curiosity and attraction. But when couples merge too completely, when everything is shared, agreed upon, and predictable, something subtle disappears. Mystery. And without mystery, attraction often fades. This creates one of the great paradoxes of relationships. Compatibility is important. Shared values are important. But total psychological merging can quietly erode attraction. You may become the perfect life partners while losing the romantic spark that brought you together. In some relationships, this merging dynamic can become even more complicated. One partner may begin feeling trapped or restless. The other may feel blindsided. From the outside, the couple still appears aligned. But internally, the emotional bond may already be dissolving. That's when people start asking the painful question, how did we get here? Here's the insight that surprises many people. Long-term attraction is sustained by remaining two evolving individuals who choose each other repeatedly. Maintaining individuality, personal interests, personal growth, personal identity, creates the tension that keeps relationships alive. Without that tension, connection can slowly turn into familiarity, and familiarity alone rarely sustains desire. Healthy relationships exist in a delicate balance. Too much distance and people feel disconnected. Too much merging and attraction can disappear. The strongest relationships manage to maintain both deep connection and meaningful individuality. Attraction requires two distinct psychological centers, not one merged identity. In other words, polarity tends to exist when each partner continues to develop their own life energy. That includes personal interests, personal challenges, friendships outside the relationship, independent growth. When a partner becomes the entire emotional world of the other person, polarity weakens. One of the strongest drivers of polarity, especially in long relationships, is purpose outside the relationship. When someone has meaningful work, creative pursuits, intellectual exploration, social influence, they remain psychologically interesting. Attraction is strongly tied to watching someone grow and evolve. Familiarity is necessary for trust, but too much familiarity eliminates curiosity. Curiosity fuels attraction. Couples who maintain attraction often keep elements of surprise, playfulness, independence, unpredictability, staying emotionally connected, while maintaining your own identity. The paradox is this: people want two things simultaneously: security, excitement. Security comes from familiarity. Excitement comes from difference. Healthy relationships maintain both connection and separation. In relationships involving narcissistic dynamics, which was the case for me, where a partner may lose respect and emotional engagement even while external compatibility remained. Being with someone with NPD will break down the emotional structure of such a relationship, but narcissism aside, polarity holds when you can be psychologically independent, curious about each other, and engaged with life outside the relationship. When two people become too merged, attraction quietly suffocates. Do you think relationships fail more often because couples grow too far apart, or because they become too psychologically merged? Let me know what you think in the comments.